The first thing I heard was the static, not the wind, not my own ragged breathing, not even the blood in my ears. Static. Then his voice, sharp, final. Pull out, leave him. My father-in-law's tone carried no hesitation, no grief, just a surgical cut from the conversation of my life. Boots shuffled in the dirt. My buddy's voice cracked, urgent, "We can still get him out." A click, the metallic chambering of a round. Close, too close. I said, "Leave him." The helicopter's rotors swelled into a deafening storm. Cold wind slapped against my face. My vision narrowed, tunneling into the swirl of dust. I saw the hesitation in my buddy's eyes, the kind of hesitation that dies in the shadow of a gun barrel. And then, they were gone. The silence after departure is different. It isn't peace, it's absence. The world felt hollow, as if I'd been erased while still breathing. I thought of my son, of the last promise I made to him before deployment. And then, "Dad, I'm coming, hang in there." The voice was small, almost drowned in the static, but it was him, my son, on comms he should never have had access to. I bled into the dirt, and waited. Recovery wasn't a straight line. It was a crawl through pain, infection, and silence. Weeks later, when I could speak again, I didn't ask my father-in-law why he left me. Not directly. I knew his type. Men like him lied without blinking, rewrote events until the truth was unrecognizable. Instead, I let the silence breathe between us, a slow venom. But the betrayal had another layer. My wife, his daughter. She visited once during the first month. Her eyes avoided mine, the way people avoid windows that show them something they don't want to see. No wedding ring, no "I missed you," just a bag of clothes and a quick excuse about work. 2 weeks after that, I found the note, not left for me, carelessly dropped in my hospital room trash. A folded slip from a hotel. 2 names on the reservation, hers and his. Not my father-in-law, someone else. I didn't let myself react. No rage, no confrontation, just a note in my pocket. The first round through my throat had been physical. This one was quiet, invisible. It burned longer. I moved carefully. Recovery became a perfect alibi for watching, listening. Her calls were shorter now, her visits rarer. I logged them in my mind with the precision of a sniper marking wind speed and range. I requested a secondary phone for physical therapy scheduling. She never asked to see it. Through it, I traced her, not with hacks or brute force, but with patience. Public photos, background reflections, even the wine glass in a story she posted that didn't match the set in our house. The man was military, not from our unit, different branch. I recognized the uniform insignia in one blurry capture. He wasn't local, but he'd been close enough to her for long enough to leave imprints I could follow. My father-in-law's distance now made sense. Maybe he'd known. Maybe he'd even approved. The cleanest way to clear the board is to let a piece fall off. I smiled through visits, told her I was healing faster than expected, made her think I was looking forward, not backward. Every word I spoke was a step closer to the center of the target. The DNA results arrived in a plain envelope. I'd taken the sample from my son weeks earlier, masked as a fun science kit while I read him bedtime stories. I'd mailed it under a false name. The numbers were cold. They didn't lie. Probability of paternity, 0.0%. When she walked into my room that evening, I didn't speak, just handed her the open folder. Her face shifted in 3 beats: confusion, recognition, and then collapse. She tried to speak. Her voice caught in her throat like mine had on the battlefield. I didn't raise my voice, didn't curse, just one question: how long? She crumbled into the chair. Years. Almost the entire marriage. The man was her real partner. She'd stayed with me for stability, for the image, for the pension. Her tears meant nothing. They were the wrong currency here. 2 days later, I invited my father-in-law over, said I wanted to make peace. We sat across from each other in my kitchen. I poured him a drink. Let the glass sweat in his palm before I spoke. I know why you left me there. No reaction, just the faintest twitch in his jaw. I slid 2 envelopes across the table. 1, photos of his daughter with the other man. 2, the DNA results. You protected your soldier, not your family. His hand tightened around the glass. He didn't drink. I leaned forward, voice low. You don't have to worry about me exposing you. I already have. Copies went to your wife, your unit, and his. The color drained from his face. Not rage, not shame. Just the understanding of a career detonating in slow motion. I stood. He didn't. I didn't see my wife again after that night. The divorce papers came by courier. No note, no attempt to explain. I didn't need one. My son, the boy I'd believed was mine, stopped calling. I let him. There's no cruelty in absence when truth is all that's left. Some wounds never close. They stay open, breathing quietly under the skin. But pain, when you stop feeding it, eventually goes cold. The battlefield taught me this. You can survive a sniper's round to the throat if you're stubborn enough. But the real kill shots are silent. And the silence is mine now.